Hi, good night, everyone. I'm Marissa from 211 Blog. You can find us at 211blog.blogspot.com or here on YouTube. I'm going to try to make this one a short one. I know my last one was a little lengthy and a little silly, but it was so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. This one's going to be a little bit more serious. I want to talk about insecurities. Insecurities. We all have them. You either deal with them or you don't. And I have found when you don't, it causes more harm than anything else I have seen in life ever. Insecurities are like a combination of negativity, lies, deceit, poor or no self-esteem. It's all of these god-awful, detrimental, just things balled up into one word, one state of being, one thought process. Again, we all have insecurities. We do. Some of us deal with weight issues. Some of us deal with how we look. Some of us deal with how we sound or walk or talk or dress. Sometimes we're so obsessive about what other people think of us that we think very little of ourselves, or we automatically think it's bad. Some of us can't trust others because we cannot trust ourselves, or we feel like we're not worth someone else's time, and so we can't trust them because we think they're going to do something like cheat on us or leave us. Some of us, have issues with just loving ourselves because of things people have told us about ourselves. And in all honesty, it's very hard work dealing with insecurities. It's not easy. Nothing about it will ever be easy. But the thing about it is it's most definitely worth it to work it out. When you do not work through your insecurities, when you do not get to the root of the problem and just carve it out of your being and destroy it, it spreads like cancer. It does. It spreads not just throughout you and infesting and contaminating every thought, every emotion, every moment of your day, deteriorating you from the inside out. It spreads into your relationship, and it starts decomposing, the healthy relationship you're trying to build. In all honesty, you can't have a healthy relationship until you deal with your insecurities. It is impossible. And I'm not talking about not addressing it or not talking about it or bottling it up. No, I mean, you need to look inside yourself, take time, go talk to a trusted friend, a clergyman, a psychologist. Go talk to someone. If you cannot work through it yourself, which is fine if you can't, it is fine to seek help. Go talk to someone and get to the root of the problem, the root of the issue of your insecurities. I don't think we really take time to address our insecurities and root them out like we should. Some people do, some people don't. And from my own experience of having to work through my own insecurities, it is really hard, especially if you do it by yourself. That is why I encourage you to seek help. There's nothing wrong with that. Insecurities do nothing good for your life. They make you second guess who you are, second guess what you want, second guess your abilities, second guess your worth. They break down your relationships, and you're just killing yourself from the inside out. That's what it is at the end of the day. It is a detrimental issue. Negative thoughts, negative words, and actions, being hurtful or hateful, not being mindful of what you contribute and what you consume. Those are all bad things. But number one above all that are your insecurities. Because I guarantee you, if you could deal with your insecurities, everything else is going to fall into place. Because you are going to be sure of who you are. You are going to be sure of your abilities. You're going to be sure of what you want. You're going to be sure of the relationships and the people you have in your life. You eliminate those insecurities that you have that make you second guess everyone and everything, you will have not only more confidence, but more surety. You would be stronger in who you are. You'll be the person that you need to be and have the strength that you need to have to accomplish the things you want to accomplish, to build the kind of relationships you desire to build. Again, it's not easy, but I definitely encourage you to root it out, destroy it, annihilate it, take it out. If your insecurities make you question the people you love, and more importantly, yourself, every moment of every day, you are stressing yourself, you're killing yourself, you're destroying yourself. And I mean, if you can't love you, who the heck else can? RuPaul says it all the time on RuPaul's Drag Race. Just a little bit of a guilty pleasure. Very little. And it is really true. If you can't love yourself, no one else can. If you can't love yourself, you can't receive the love someone's trying to give you, because in the back of your mind you think you're not worth it. And if you're not worth it and they're saying they love you, it can't possibly be true. And if it's not true, then they have to be lying. Or if they only think it's true, then one day they're going to end up leaving or cheating. Or, they're going to decide that they have better things to do with their time and they're going to break your heart. Those are your insecurities talking. Especially when that person has not given you cause or reason in thought, word, action, or deed to make you feel that way. Or you think people are judging you or criticizing or second guessing you and they don't even know you. They don't know you. How can they even do that? And you know what? We all judge. We're all guilty of it. All of us, one point or another. I know I do, and that's awful. I try to really bring it in, but I will say that I do judge people, especially if they have poor fashion. I hate people that just dress slutty for no good. I mean, like, you're taking your kid to the grocery store and you're like in stripper shoes and those leggings you can see through that have the rips all through them and a crop top, and all you see, oh God. That's beside the point. We shouldn't judge, but you know what? We all do. And you should be so sure of yourself. So sure, with complete, full, and honest confidence, knowing that you're a good person and you're accomplished and you're intelligent and you can give a lot to the world and to others. You should be so sure that even if they judge you, you can say, you know what? You are not my God. You're not my creator. You're not whatever. You're not me. And you're not the person that I share my life with. So you're not important. You do not pay my bills. You do not pay me. I do not work for you. And even if I do work for you, you're not going to steal my joy. You're not important, because at the end of the day, this is a very small part of my life. You cannot let your insecurities become the monster under the bed or in the closet. You cannot let it amplify and accelerate negative thought process and feelings. People will judge you. People will hate you. 9 times out of 10, there's nothing you can do about it. 9 times out of 10 is because they're jealous, or because they compare themselves to you and they feel like, they're not worthy, or they feel like they can't live up to certain standards, or you are who they want to be, or they're so insecure themselves, they take it out on you and they deflect. The world, at the end of the day, is not important. It was very difficult for me to come to terms with a lot of things in my life, especially with my insecurities. And something I did learn is that other people just aren't important. You didn't create me. You're not me. When I die, I'll die alone. I will answer for my sins, my transgressions alone. I'm 30. I want my life to be full of positivity and joy and light and happiness. And I do have very dark moments, especially when I'm irritated or frustrated or angry. But one thing that I don't let into my life ever since I kicked it out are my insecurities. I try to be a good person. I try to be honest. I love hard and completely. I am quirky and geeky and silly and funny. I love stuffed animals, my true guilty pleasure. As a 30-year-old, I would probably fill my whole house with stuffed animals that are really squishy and soft with cute little faces if people wouldn't think I was crazy if I did it. I don't want to be crazy. I don't want to have children. They be embarrassed to come home and think their mother's crazy. So, I refrain. Sometimes you got to keep the weirdness to a minimum. I like sci-fi movies and action movies like, Riddick and Fifth Element and Once Upon a Time is one of my favorite shows. And I have on my bookshelf the best love fairy tales of Hans Christian Andersen, the complete works of the Brothers Grimm, sitting next to Jane Austen and Letters from St. Augustine. I'm a bookaholic. I'm addicted to Barnes & Noble. I would spend my paycheck on books before I would buy shoes or clothes or purses or even get my hair done. I could live and die in Barnes & Noble and be happy. I'm different. I sound like this. I look like this. My hair curls like this. Sometimes my fashion is boho chic. Sometimes it's preppy. Sometimes it's artsy. Sometimes it's very, very business. Sometimes it's terribly black tie, depending on the occasion. I love dressing up for black tie events. I like going to Halloween parties and doing 5Ks where I get splashed with color. I get to dress up like a superhero. I dig comic books. Polaris is one of my favorite characters, ever. Her and Psylocke. If you know X-Men, you know who they are. See, this is my geekiness. This is me. I've learned in my life that the people who matter don't mind, and the people who mind don't matter. But above all else, I love myself. And in loving myself, I'm able to give love to others, because it's not just about loving yourself so you can receive love, but loving yourself so you could also give love to others. Insecurities don't help you. They're not worth it. And if your insecurities are born because people have said things to you or about you, criticized you, been harsh, you know what? Everything that you let them say took root in you. And every time you believed it, every time you've lived it, every time you even acknowledged it, you watered it, you sunned it, you gave it shade on hot days, you let it grow and you helped it to grow. When you reach the age of accountability, that is the start of your life. The start of your life you can take charge for. Pull out the weeds. Don't help them grow. Don't do it to yourself. Learn your worth. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You're fantastic and phenomenal. You are an enigma. You are a wonder. You are a joy. Sometimes you rage, sometimes you cry. Sometimes you laugh until you squirt milk out of your nose or you snort. Every part of you is perfect. You are perfectly imperfect. And for the heart that is meant to love you, for those that are meant to love you, being imperfectly perfect is perfect for them. I always seem to take too long nowadays. I'll try to do better, you guys. I am exhausted. I'm going to go to sleep. I wish you all love and happiness of the truest kind. Don't be your own worst enemy, you guys. There's enough enemies for you in the world. To strengthen yourself. Gird your loins. Be your own warrior. Find your truth. Till another time. Bye.